Copy that.
Sort of temp.
Here's what it means to be Cirque du Soleil.
It's rubbing right here.
So let's do it.
The set for Zarkana, its summer show at New York's Radio City Music Hall, weighs 800,000 pounds.
Let's do that again.
As amazing as the acrobatics, the statistics. Zarkana's $50 million budget, the 6,000 seats that have to be filled every night. Even with a company known for balancing acts, this is a huge gamble.
It's this machine. You've seen it. Look at this.
You call it a machine?
It's a big. I call it an elephant. I can call it a zeppelin. I can call it whatever. I call it a monster at times.
That was in May. Director Francois Girard was working 18-hour days to get the machine up and running in time for the Radio City opening.
Guys, we want to see you freaking out. Okay.
Everything and everybody was in Orlando, Florida, rehearsing in an old sports arena. It was one of the few places anywhere that could support the weight of the set and rigging.
This one's supposed to go on this side, but...
Elena Uranis is the makeup designer for Zarkana. Uranis was preparing step-by-step photographic how-to guides for each performer. The natural look? Not here.
Cool. Because, you know, Radio City is such a big theater, and we're so far away that we have to make things bigger to see them better from far away.
Cirque du Soleil reconceived the traditional circus, made it wildly flamboyant, added state-of-the-art special effects to showcase the acrobats and clowns. There are no animals. This formula has sold 100 million tickets since Cirque was founded in 1984. Revenue this year is expected to be $1 billion. The only time the machine, the cash machine, has broken down is when Cirque has deviated from its recipe for success.
Ladies and gents, I give you Banana Spiel!
Its last New York production, Banana Spiel, was vaguely vaudeville. It was heavy on clowns and story, and it was a flop.
I'm not afraid of failure, no. You know, I'm already a winner. I'm 51 years old, and look what I have behind me.
Cirque du Soleil's founder, French-Canadian Guy Laliberté, started out a street performer, but he knew how to breathe fire, literally and figuratively, and now he's a billionaire.
Taking a risk has always been part of first my DNA, and in Cirque DNA, I believe you cannot achieve great things if you don't take great risk.
Gonna be on the Cirque du Soleil man, Guy Laliberté.
He's been on television taking stomach-churning risks in high-stakes poker tournaments.
It's like $500,000 to go.
He's won big, but he's lost bigger, some years dropping more than $10 million.
And liftoff. Liftoff of the Soyuz.
In 2009, Laliberté paid $35 million to become Canada's first space tourist, traveling on a Russian rocket to the International Space Station. What was that about?
I like to live my fairy tale. Fairy tales are possible.
Fairy tales take flight in other ways at Cirque du Soleil. Possibly Canada's most famous brand, it's been nurturing the fantasies of would-be circus performers for a whole generation.
It was magical, it was beautiful, it was phenomenal.
Canadian Evelyn Lamontagne is in Zarkana.
It was my dream in a way.
From the age of
3.
Worldwide, Cirque has 5,000 employees from 50 different countries. So what you see at its Montreal headquarters looks pretty exotic.
I mean, here, that's a group specializing in contortion.
Boris Verkhovsky coached the Soviet national acrobatics team. Now, his job is to turn athletes into artists.
What we want to do is, we want to deliver a wow.
We went to Montreal in early March, while the costumes for Zarkana were still being made.
Some belt or something.
Okay.
My particular favorite starts out like this. It will turn into this. Imagine performing wearing all those bubbles. Now look at this. Whenever a performer joins the company, a perfect cast is made of his or her head.
The headdress will fit perfectly because that's her real head, so we cannot make any mistake.
For 25 years, Jean-Guy Ranou has watched the costume workshop, like the company, grow. It covers close to 2 acres. 20,000 items will be produced here this year. By the end of 2011, 22 different Cirque du Soleil productions will be running simultaneously around the world, 7 in Las Vegas alone, which begs the question we asked Cirque founder Guy Laliberté. Won't there be a saturation point?
So will there be a saturation of Cirque du Soleil brand as a company? I don't think so. The risk is more if we change, if we betray what we are, and what is the emotional and the relationship we have with the Republic.
Zarkana is scheduled to spend the next 5 summers at Radio City Music Hall. Meanwhile, Iris, or Iris in English, an $80 million show about the movies, has just taken up residence for 10 years in Los Angeles. Cirque du Soleil is making an expensive bet that the machine is still humming right along.